Oh, people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to Killing Floor 2. Let us find out if it is indeed worth your time. The short answer is that if you were a big fan of the first game, get this and you will love it. For everyone else, it is looking very promising, but it is definitely fair enough if you want to wait and see how the early access turns out. But yes, the long answer is the rest of this video. Now, as this is early access, you know it is either one of two things, because I only ever do early access on a game that A, I think is got a really polished early access already, so it is worth playing, or B, has a really solid idea, and I kind of want to let you guys know about it. This is very much the former. The game is looking very, very nice already. So the first thing that a lot of you have probably noticed is it very much seems like basically the original Killing Floor with a shiny new lick of paint. And while that is not the case, but honestly you would be forgiven for thinking so, it is also no bad thing. The game looks so much better than the original. It is quite a ridiculous improvement, and there are so many little extra touches with the graphics that make every... Where was he going? The world's hoppiest zombie, everybody. What a guy. He is the pride of the zombies in the Zombie Olympics. It is going to be a shame to lose him. He really was hoping to get the gold for his zombie brothers. But, for example, one of the nice little touches now is all of the zombie blood on the floor never goes away. As you play through the level, the blood is just going to grow and grow and grow and cake every surface, and while that's not something that's necessary, it's really appreciated. It's a cool little touch, really kind of ups the gore. In fact, on that vein, Killing Floor 2 is a lot more chaotic. Oh my god, what is happening? Everything around you as people get slaughtered and various types of zombies go at you, and because of that, it feels a lot more fun. You should feel a little bit panicked when you're being assaulted by zombies, so that really is no bad thing. So we've just finished a wave now, and we get this cool flowy arrow, which looks much better than the original's flowy arrow, and we find ourselves at the shop, which is now a robot station instead of a woman selling weaponry. Now, I don't have enough money to buy really anything of worth, but I'm going to grab just a little bit of a assault rifle, so I can contribute at least a little bit more than my pistol. And as you saw, slow motion is still a thing that happens. I don't quite know what triggers it. It does seem to be somewhat random, but either way, I am very happy it is still a thing, because it's just really good fun, and as you saw with Mr. Hoppy Frog Olympic Zombie, it puts some really cool moments sharply into focus. When you're mowing down zombies, or your friends running, or hell, even falling off here and shooting into them, if slow-mo happens to trigger during that, you feel like an absolute badass, and it's really, really cool. The levels themselves, there's 3 of them in the game at the moment, they are all really nice to look at, very varied, and a lot more enjoyable to explore and find good places to hold out than the original game. You can still weld doors shut, however, if they are broken through, that is it. They are gone for the rest of this session, so you have to think very smartly about where and when you make your stands. This guy is a very acidic individual. He spits acid and then explodes. These are invisibitches, as I have been told, invisible zombie ladies. And this right here is when the slow-mo's like, okay, thanks, slow-mo gun reload, yay. But the thing about slow-mo is, slow-mo is always cool, because slow-mo is awesome. So I just threw a shock grenade there. There are various types of grenades you can get, from the classic to shock, and you can imagine the others that you're going to be seeing. There is a very large amount of weapon variety. The katana now has a draw slash attack, which is hilarious fun to use, especially if you get it on slow motion. There's like half-mutant spider zombies that have been resulted from an attempt to combine spiders and humans by the Patriarch, who has created the zombies, who is incidentally the only boss in the game at the moment, but he is a very fun fight, and hopefully I will be able to show you him this video. But yeah, as I have not got a massive amount of time in the original Killing Floor, what I'm going to do after this session is play a game with someone who has got a metric ton of hours in both the original and a fairly large amount of this. And we're going to have a little talk and going to find out that why for him, as a massive Killing Floor fan, this game really tickles his fancy. The zombies gently caress his ears as he enjoys their company. These guys like to fire bouts of flame at you, and it's quite deadly. We still have our heal, as you can see, slow motion injection heal. That's kind of, ooh, needles aren't good at the best of times, never mind in slow motion. And unlike the first game where it annoyingly didn't switch you back to the weapon, it automatically does now. And that really kind of defines why this is such a better version. So many little quality of life changes are implemented like that that makes the whole experience much more user-friendly, much more intuitive, and you can really just jump in and start murdering waves of zombies, and it's just good fun. You don't need to jump through hoops anymore. And the other phenomenal thing is that you don't need to grind. The entire leveling up and perk system has been completely redone, and it is a much, much better one. Instead of going up to 6 levels, there is now 25, and at every 5 levels, you get a new ability depending on your class. You've got the Field Medic, you've got the Support, you've got the Berserker, and you've got the Commando. Commando is your assault rifles, Berserker is your melee, the Support is helpful gadgets and stuff, and the Field Medic obviously heals everyone. There are more classes going to be added later down the line, such as the Sniper Marksman, but they are very much focused on making this early access a perfection stage where they make everything really balanced and worth doing, and that's a very admirable thing, honestly, especially as they are so open about it. Now, I don't have a right lot of money here, so I'm going to have to just chill for now with what I am currently using. But yeah, progression is a lot better. Along that vein, instead of having one specific random challenge, like for example to get to a level 5 to a level 6 flame guy in the original, you had to do like 3 million fire damage. That was ridiculous, took ages, and was just not fun. In Killing Floor 2, nearly everything you do as your class contributes towards leveling up. So you don't have to do very specific goals, you can just generally play the game and have fun, and the progression comes naturally, which is really, really awesome. Here we have a welded door. Once this is smashed apart, as I said, we are basically done. So we're making our stand in the frozen courtyard here, and what I love is the blood against the snow is a really stark contrast, and it really, I don't know, it's just nice. It's a really good style. The only slight downside is that instead of the kind of grainy look of the original Killing Floor, which definitely was a pretty cool aesthetic, it's a lot more generic in its graphics, though they are objectively better. So I do prefer it, but I can understand some people being like, oh, I kind of miss the deliberate style they were going for, but they were kind of forced into that style due to lack of resources. And I guess the best way I can explain everything is that the first Killing Floor felt like a fun little mini-game distraction, whereas this Killing Floor feels like a very proper game in its own right, and something I could see you spending a lot of time on if you really get into it, and with a lot of worthy stuff to work towards, unlock, and just generally have a blast on. And playing it with friends is, as always, really good fun. Calling out stuff on voice, letting everyone know where the zombies are, what they're doing, asking for help, being like, oh god, run, help me, as you've been chased around a corridor. It still has that vibe, and that is very, very good. Slow-mo headshotting is, of course, the champion of the slow-mo things. The basic zombies are freaking terrifying in their face, though not as terrifying as Mr. Iron Apron Chainsaw Chargy Dude. My word! Can you not? Okay, I am going to leave now, and while leaving, we can see we do have a sprint, which wasn't available in the first game. So it's nice to see just little quality of life things that you expect in a shooter. You load up a shooter, and you reflexively go to shift the sprint. It's just kind of become the thing that happens. So I've been trying my best to avoid getting annihilated by Chainsaw Dude, but he is trying his best to bring me down here. He just takes so much damage that the best thing to do is run to your team and let everyone start battering away at him. And unfortunately, I was slain. I wouldn't say so much eaten alive, I'd say more decapitated with copious amounts of blood and gore. And as you can see, without proper strategy and teamwork, you can very quickly be taken apart. Granted, that was my bad for running off, but I was kind of just getting into telling you guys about the game. So assuming Mr. Tomshine here can bring this wave home for us, we can all respawn. Oh, we've also got Mr. Myrods. He's still doing stuff, though there is a lot of powerful enemies, so we gotta hope here. I don't think Mr. Tom is long for this world. He is in a ridiculously bad situation. Oh god, he is so close. That zombie's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You stop using this van, man. You think this is a circus? You think this is a game? And there we have a screaming, force-projecting lady bringing him down for the chainsaw dude. I mean, he cannot be happy at that kill steal. Rheinolker is our last man standing, and I just don't see him bringing this home. You know, there's something about this situation that seems pretty desperate. So the focus really is on teamwork and strategy. So talking of teamwork, I'm going to jump now into a game with Mr. Fluke, and we'll be talking about stuff and having a lot more fun and just enjoying the game for a bit, so you can really see the kind of experience you can expect out of Killing Floor 2. So I shall return in but a moment. Just a quick little extra bit, actually, guys, that I wanted to show you. The actual skill system. I did allude to it in the previous section, but I wanted to literally show you it. So these are the 4 classes that we have at the moment. As I said, more are on their way, and as you can see, every 5 levels you get yourself a skill, and they're all kind of just nice little things. For example, the support gets a backpack at rank 5, I believe, that lets him distribute ammo to all his teammates if they walk up and just get it out his bag. So it's, you know, kind of nice little, a lot of times, quality of life things going on there. It's definitely worth going, and as you can see, every class has its own bonuses, and you can definitely find a niche in what you're good at and what you like to do. Another difference from the first game is the characters. Now, there were characters to choose from in the previous one, but they are a much bigger part in Killing Floor 2. We have all of these various guys, and the main difference is that you can now customize them somewhat with actual aesthetics, and this is cool because it alludes to the fact that there's probably going to be character packs, aesthetic packs, various little injection DLCs, which kind of add a little bit more life. Hell, potentially even workshop stuff later down the line. So that's kind of exciting, and it does promise to add some longevity to the game. So it's a very nice overarching system, as well as the whole menu and UI elements being a lot more polished and easy to navigate, and yeah, it is looking very promising. So let's actually jump in to a game with Mr. Fluke, and we'll talk about some enemies and just get a good opinion for someone who knows the game back to front. Alright guys, so here we are then, about to be in a full game of 6 people on normal difficulty, and as promised, I know I've been teasing it for a while, I have Mr. Fluke here with us, who is a very, very, let's say, hardcore veteran of the original game. He has spent, I mean, how many hours have you got in original Killing Floor?
It's close to 200.
Yeah, 200 hours. So he knows his Killing Floor. He has killed ceramic tiles, he has killed AstroTurf, he has killed metal plating. There is not a floor that he has not killed.
But this is the second floor now.
Exactly, the revenge of the floor.
Floor number 2. A long list of floors. We're already kind of splitting up, which isn't good.
We are.
I like how you're like Sean Connery.
Yeah, I'm Sean Connery if he was a Red
Jones
Reverend.
film.
I think it's pretty good. Alright, so first things first then. As someone who has played the first game well, quite frankly, unhealthy amount, coming into this game, what is better / worse?
Well, the first thing to notice is how beautiful everything looks. How like, and I say that as the blood explodes. You are
absolutely. I just got absolutely trashed in a corner.
Well, I avenged the death, but anyway. You can just watch me and then I'll go over everything, because I'm the star of the show. I'm the big
obviously.
cojones.
I mean, you've got your cool mask on and
nice slow-mo. Mr. Foster, a character from the first game. I've picked up your gun now as well. Yeah, it's beautiful, and the blood physics as well. You see that medic just healed me up. The blood physics where it stays
where everything
and
stays
it lands.
on the floor.
So you start playing a game, and then towards the 6th wave or something of 7, everywhere's covered in blood.
Yeah.
Most of the doors are fucked up. The scenery dies around you.
Yeah, as I say, it's a lot more chaotic, isn't it?
It's
a lot more. God, what is happening? Oh my god!
What? Oh, I thought you were just...
No, I wasn't just telling you what is happening, man.
There's shitloads of things behind me that I'm not seeing.
Would you say this game is harder or easier so far than the previous one?
I would say it's hard to say, because at this point they're doing this pre-alpha to balance it, and there are some guns that I feel are terrible.
Such
like this varmint rifle, the one that the commando starts with, it just feels a little bit weak. It feels a little bit like
you're just gently tickling the zombies with
whereas
bullets.
The shotguns, and even the nail gun, which is a new gun in this game that wasn't in the last game, is fucking awesome. Like, it's ridiculous how many things you can kill with that nail gun, and it's just a nonsense nail gun. So I think there is balancing issues. Go on.
Is there anything you think is worse in this game outright?
I don't know. I mean, because there's only 3 maps to look at. There's only small sections of the game that I can actually see so far. There's nothing that really stands out yet.
So basically, this is very, very promising as someone who is a big fan of Killing Floor.
Yeah. Like, there's the framework for a really, really awesome Killing Floor game here.
The impression that I've got from someone who, I like the original Killing Floor, but I never really got into it, is this feels much more like a proper game as opposed to Killing Floor, which was just kind of a fun little mini-game distraction, in my opinion.
I completely agree with that. I need to find you so you don't die again.
I know. I'm rolling with Shirl the Third and Corpa Porcrus, so I think they're going to keep me safe. They just closed the door and welded me out. Okay, there we go. They let me back in.
Okay, that sounds like they're going to keep you safe. Oh, one of the cool things about welding in this game, and I think one of the most big things they've gone for in this game is changing the dynamics of the map, because in the first game, there were places on the map. Everyone knew where they were. You would just sit there and you would just
kill everything,
go through the waves or whatever. Whereas in this game, because they get destroyed, once a door's broken from being like smashed down, you can't ever rebuild it.
So you've got to have multiple stand and fight points throughout a game instead of just the same one over and over and over and funneling the zombies.
And with the introduction of the sprinting, which like is a fucking wonderful thing, instead of just get your knife out, turning and hoping for the best.
Hoping for the best,
it makes it really dynamic, makes it really movement based, and you can pull off.
See you. I'm heading towards you.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Okay, so whoa, all right then. That was a karate Invisibitch.
Yeah, for those who played the first game, Cloakers or Invisibitches, they are way much fucking harder in this game.
What are the enemies like? Is there any new enemies?
Kind of, but not kind of. The Clots, which are the basic enemies, there's 2 variations I've seen so far. There's these little joggy fucks that just gonna
little joggy fucks.
And there's these guys that are regular ones. They still do the same mechanic. They grab you. They still do that. Crawlers as well. They're pretty much the same. They're way fucking bigger now, it seems. Bloats, still fat, still vomiting acid, still exploding acid. It looks like everything has kind of been made stronger generally.
Okay.
Everything's a bit more resistant. Everything takes a few more bullets to kill. But so are we. I feel less...
Yeah, I feel like we are a lot stronger than you were in the original. Because I took an absolute beating before I died in the first wave in that corner.
Yeah, it's very much, if you kind of... If you keep moving, it's very hard to kill you in this game. Whereas in the first game, like, because you couldn't sprint, and if you're a medic, you were very slow. If you weren't a medic, you were very slow. It just wasn't good for your health. Zombies would eat your face off a lot.
And that really, I mean, no one walks away from that.
Yeah.
I guess unless you're The Rock. The Rock could walk away from that.
Yeah, The Rock, The Rock's pretty much in this game as really tense enemies. Like,
well, I mean, do you need any more reason to jump in than that? Because I don't think that you do.
Everybody loves Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
So one thing that I should mention, guys, is that difficulty in this compared to the first is a lot less artificial. In the first Killing Floor, as the difficulties went up, enemies basically just got more health and did more damage, and you just felt yourself putting way more bullets into everything to kill it. Whereas in this game, they've very much gone a more dynamic route in that on the harder difficulties is like hell on earth and suicidal. The enemies get a little bit tougher, but nothing that kind of diminishes your character in terms of you suddenly becoming weak because they're so strong. What they gain is a varied moveset. For example, the spider dudes on the floor, they kind of just slowly trudge towards you on normal, which we are now, but on the harder difficulties, they literally sprint at you like fast zombies from the Half-Life series. So it's kind of nice to see that, because I am never a fan of just pumping numbers to make a game difficult. It's such a lazy way out. So I'm glad.
The other cool thing about that is it's not just the zombies that get that buffs, because as we level up and we can get things like faster reloading, it's completely new animations where they brought in proper weapon experts and they said, right, can you do a slow reload? Can you do a best reload and kind of thing? So your animations change as we get better as well.
Exactly. Tripwire have really gone to town on this, and I think they've really understood what worked in the first game and what didn't, and it does seem like they're very much giving it their darndest good college effort here.
Yeah, they're pretty much on it. And there's little touches as well that you probably won't notice because you haven't put a ridiculous amount into the first game. But things like if you used to press Q to quick heal yourself.
Yeah, and it switches back to your weapon.
And now it swaps back to your proper weapon instead of you having to do it and things like that.
Yeah, I was saying that there seems like a lot of just general little quality of life changes that add up to make the gameplay feel a lot more just jump in and go for it, and there's nothing awkward that's like, why is this a thing?
Yeah, and there's now with the leveling system as well, it's no longer that you just have to stand by a door and weld it for
8 years to level up.
To level up. Now
there's a lot of things. Basically, just playing the game levels you up instead of enforcing ridiculous little things that you have to do. I am getting wrecked up here. Oh, that was so good. I slow-mo fell off the railing onto a pile of exploding zombies. That is satisfying. Right. That really is
one of the classes, because so far there's the 4 classes in, and then there's the 3 lined up, which are from the first game, which is Demo, Pyro, which was my favorite, and Marksman.
I'm trying to say you're an arsonist.
Oh man, you should have seen how good.
You should have seen how many things I set fire to, because it was quite a lot.
There is. Have you tested the flamethrower in this Killing Floor 2?
No, I have not had a go at it yet.
Because you can, as with the first one, you can be any class to get the bonuses, and if you stay in class with your weapons, you get loads more bonuses for them. Like your shotgun damage will go up if you're a support or whatever. But you can still always buy the weapons of other classes. And I think the best thing they've done so far is they have made Berserker stuff like the katana way, way less. So you can now use it instead of your knife pretty much, which is the basic, or the machete as it's called in this game. Whereas before, if you were Berserker, you pretty much just had to pray and carry a few
for
things.
The best.
It was a very challenging role to play in the first one.
Talking of the katana, it's time to give this bad boy a go. So one thing I do want to ask, which I think will probably be the most telling thing, is what would you say to someone to get them to try this game if they've never played Killing Floor, because they're in the mentality of it's just a zombie killing game. There's like 1,000 of them.
Well, the main thing that I always say when I suggest this game to people is it's always better to have people to play it with.
Yeah, obviously.
Working as a team and doing all the tactic stuff. Like here, you can kind of see that these people, and especially the people just playing in the alpha, the people, or the beta, are the people that loved the first game and were like, fuck it, I want a new one. I've got the flamethrower now as well, by the way.
Awesome, yeah, I see that.
This should be a lot of fun.
So, for example, why should you play this over something like Left 4 Dead?
I would say play this over Left 4 Dead because it's kind of every game feels different. And it's the samey concept on paper. It is, because it's, you survive set however many waves, and it's, survival's often a mini game in other games, like in Black Ops, where it was a world at war, in Call of Duty, where it was Nackte Untoten survival stuff, and whereas in this they've kind of refined the idea and gone, well, fuck it, we can have these 25 level classes and all the customization. Oh, there's a Scrake here who's the big fucker with the chainsaw arm.
Oh yeah, he is fun. And by fun, I mean absolutely terrifying and will not die at any point, ever.
As people, the thing about him is he's now like twice the size. This is why I'm saying Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is now in this game. Because all the zombies... Can you
imagine if it was literally... He didn't even look zombified. It was just Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with a chainsaw on his hand.
It's pretty much that. It's like they tested all this stuff on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Currently being chased by the Scrake. The flamethrower seems to be slightly weaker than it was in the first game, but then again, I'm not playing to class.
Every shotgun I've used seems ridiculously strong. Even this basic pump action I'm using is absolutely destroying things.
Shotguns are very important. And like I said, the nail gun is ridiculous. You can fire it into a crowd, and that's the new gun. You can fire it into a crowd, and a lot of people die. That fat guy's still vomiting acid on me, just for the fun. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man, how you doing? How's that flamethrower treating you? Oh, this grenade is going to be satisfying.
So one of the other things...
Oh, the slow motion! Did you see that?
I did.
That is glorious. And that right there is something that Killing Floor has. When it does slow motion on a particularly cool moment, you really are like, oh, that was badass.
The thing about the slow motion in this game as well is that all the colors change. That's what I love. Like it's like you're really like, yeah. Like,
all right, down to the katana. Oh, I ran out of ammo. And I was like, good, an excuse to katana, and then.
So the thing about Killing Floor 2, because if you're familiar with Tripwire, they love.
That slow-mo eviscerate.
Love doing them properly. But in this game, they were like, well, let's have a bit of fun with it. Let's put in these fucking ridiculous things. And they did have some towards the end of Killing Floor 1 that were mainly, turn around, which were mainly community things. Things like flare revolvers and...
Flare revolvers?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
brilliant.
Just quickly close that door.
Oh, man, this thing is brutal. I am an eviscerator convert, though I'm also very dead.
Loads of
grenades,
your
grenades! Just keep firing grenades! Yeah, I think the answer to any situation is just spam grenades at your feet. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, okay, yeah. I take it back. That's not the answer to any given situation.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the thing about the Flesh Pound is, like all the others, he has grown in size. He has been at the gym during the break between Killing Floor 1 and Killing Floor 2. He has not skipped
Zombie Leg Day.
No. It's still similar tactics, though, as with the Scrake as well. This the thing is, they've got new animations, and until people work out new tactics, everyone's still using the tried and true methods from the past game and shit. But it will change. And now with the animations that are new or whatever, the harder difficulties mean you have to change your tactics. You can't just kite and hope for the best, and which adds the length and the playability to it there.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so what we're going to do, guys, is get to a boss, and we'll show you the one boss that's in the game, the Patriarch, and see if we can't go about bringing him down, and then we'll wrap this up and have a sort of vinyl? We'll have a bit of a vinyl listening session, some classic music there, and I think that'll be a very pleasant experience. So we'll return in but a moment. Alright, everybody, so here we are on the final wave, currently implemented in early access, and we are about to face the boss. Now, he is the Patriarch, and basically a right dickhead is the best way to...
That's a pretty good explanation.
Yeah, I think so as well. I might go for my usual shotgun tactic. It tends to work pretty well. Yeah, I mean,
it's a very, very powerful gun right now.
It is. I'm going to do it.
It's going to be nerfed. I am pretty sure about that.
Okay, so what is the dealio lowdown with Mr. Boss here?
What? Story-wise?
Story-wise, and then mechanics-wise. Let's do a double dip on this.
Alright, story-wise, he's pretty much the father of all these zombies. He was the guy that was heading the research program. At least this is as far as Killing Floor 1 story goes, and as far as I know, it's just the same story. He was pretty much heading up the research, and then people were like, this is crazy research, we're going to shut this shit down. He was like, no, man. So he locked himself in with a couple of other people to keep working on it, and then injected himself with all the things he worked out. That's why he's all injected and shit. Like, you look at him.
He does look pretty badass.
Cray. Mechanics-wise, this dude... He likes to throw smoke and throw poison darts. He's got 2 commando rifles that he just opens up with. There he is. So he's throwing his poison darts now. You gotta stay out of those. And then he does his shooting. When he's throwing the white smoke, he's about to do a charge and grab a player. Now the coolest thing about him is though, because he's green right now, the more fucked up he gets, he is literally his own health monitor. So towards the end, see now he's gone a bit yellow because we're fucking him up a little bit. He's grabbed
that is actually really cool. And then he grabs people like this, which makes
And then he grabs people, but this gets his health back. And he's got fuckloads of damage resistance whilst that's happening. So when someone does get grabbed, heal them up with medic guns, don't try and shoot them. And you can see that guy's lost all his shield. So now he's on amber.
And as you can see with this shotgun, it fires so quickly, so accurately, with so many bullets. It's just absolutely insane. I'm just going to spam grenades. And hope there's no friendly fire.
That's a good thing to do.
Boom! 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 Come on, that was where he's at.
I'm
gonna go katana him.
Alright, be a bit careful though.
No. Right. Dude, I have been trained in the ancient Bushido arts of katana zombie kill. Oh god, I'm on 30 health. Yeah, Bushido arts failing!
Bushido! No! Right, there's a certain point whilst you're fighting the boss where regular zombies start spawning again. There aren't too many of them, but they start spawning again.
Okay. Oh, he just got absolutely annihilated in slow motion next to me. Alright, he's firing more gas. Okay, alright.
A little bit further.
Don't alarm you, but I'm out of ammo, so... I mean, I've technically got a pistol.
Up here, as well as another gun.
If you bring him down. Bring him down. Bring him down to Chinatown!
Alright, we just lost someone else.
Okay. Alright, well, it's fine. As long as we have my katana, I think we're okay.
Yeah, grab that ammo box.
Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. So does that give me... Yes! Alright, now we got the shotgun ammo.
Alright, he's
on red. He's on red. He's on red. Yeah. Go.
Watch out.
Boom.
Him? Oh, dear.
Oh, God. Oh, this is quite terrifying.
Are you being grabbed?
Yeah, I'm being grabbed in the smoke.
Yeah, so he's stealing your health right now.
That was pretty intense.
That's how he heals up.
He's still on red, though. He's still on red.
He
is really damaging if you get close to him, though. Ah, I'm down. Are you the only one alive?
No, I think there's at least someone else, maybe.
Okay, alright, well, no pressure, but... Oh, it's just you and one person. Well, he's doing okay. Other zombies are spawning now, so I would...
Yeah, I need to, just drop that. And
yeah, this person's not in a good way.
Come on. I'm going.
They are very much... Oh, I just switched back to you. Sorry, I impale you in the back. That was pretty damn brutal.
It's very fast. And the more damaged he is, the faster he gets, the more damage he deals. He ramps up.
Alright, guys. So, there you go. That is Killing Floor 2 pretty much in a nutshell, if a nutshell was a long video length. So, actually not in a nutshell.
But and that was just on normal difficulty.
And that was just on normal difficulty, and yeah.
And it's suicidal.
So, what would you say then is the main reason to play this over the original?
At this point, or at the full release point?
At this point.
At this point, I think unless you're a big fan of the original, like I am, don't buy into it yet. Because it's shitloads of fun. But it's missing 3 perk trees, a lot of weapons, and it's balanced and polished, and it's like you can see how fucking beautiful it looks. But at the same time, within a couple of months, everything will be out for the same price, if not slightly more expensive, but not too much.
Well, there you go, guys. Straight from the mouths of a veteran zombie slayer. So, for now, my name has been Rage. This has been Killing Floor 2 Early Access. Worth your time, and it is definitely one to keep an eye on. I'm going to like if you've enjoyed this. It really does help, and I do appreciate it. And subscribe for more. Goodbye.